Hey guys, and welcome to this month's leadership slash relationship video. And today I want to talk about something that it's very dear to me, but it's something that I have experienced, but it's also something that I have struggled with doing as well, and neither one of them are fun. And so I want us to talk today about criticism. So what does it mean if we are being criticized, and what does it mean if we are the one criticizing? We're the one being critical. No one likes to be criticized, really for two reasons. Number one, no one likes submission. And part of that criticism is feeling as if we have to submit. And that's just no fun. And the second thing, the reason we don't like being criticized is it devalues us. It devalues who you are. And so that's why people don't like criticism. That's why I don't like criticism. That's not wrapped up in grace and in the truth. And so if someone's just being critical of me, I feel devalued, and I don't feel like I'm good enough or I'm doing good enough. But the other thing is, if we are the one that's being critical, it has negative effects, not only on others, but also on ourselves. And I think this is where it's often overlooked in the criticism world. We think we're just being critical of someone else. Maybe you've hurt someone else being critical, but it's far more than that. I want to look at the four stages, the four progressions that happen when we start being critical of others. Because criticism, at the end of the day, it just does not work. And this is going to show and explain why it doesn't work. Short term, you may get some results, you may get a little bit, but long term, research has shown over and over and over again, it will not work. And the first reason it won't work, and the first progression of what happens when we are being critical of others, is we start attacking someone else's character. It's character assassination. Going back to the reason we don't like being criticized is we feel devalued. Well, if someone's attacking your character, well, of course you're going to feel devalued, and that's why you don't like it. And so we may be becoming critical of others, and the first thing that will happen is we start kind of picking apart, attacking their integrity, their character. And really in life, what do we have? If we're going to be living in a life of significance, leaving a legacy, it's our character, it's our integrity. That's what we leave behind. And so when someone starts attacking your character, you feel devalued. And so for us, if we are the ones that's being critical, if we're the ones doing, we're not being fair here. We're not being fair in saying, okay, it may not be all them. And it's not fair to start attacking someone's character, especially if we don't have all the information, all the data, and we're assuming. You know what happens if you assume. And so it doesn't work. And the second progression, the second step that will happen, we're going to start attacking someone's character. The next thing that will happen, and this is why it does not work, criticism does not work, is we start having a lack of trust. We start feeling as if we can't trust our team members, our spouse, our friends, our family. And guys, people know if you don't trust them. People can sense it and smell it a mile away. And so I want us to look at this from a different perspective. Because you may be saying, but Eric, you don't know my team, or you don't know my spouse. You're right, I don't. But what I do know, that if you start having a lack of trust in them, they will have a lack of trust in themselves. And so if we can change our perspective to this, we start viewing someone as they really are trying to do their best. They really are trying to have the good of the company at their heart. Even though it may not seem like it or feel like it, if we just have that thought process they do, that helps. The second thing is think of them as they're becoming. It's kind of like the fine wine, the really expensive, wine. And when it's in the cellars, the wine master has to come in ever so often and just just barely a quarter of a turn those wine bottles so that the sediments don't stick to that one side or the one part of the bottle. The last thing you want to do is go buy expensive wine and everything's stuck to one side and it tastes horrible. And so it's becoming, that fine wine is becoming, but just a quarter of a turn, a small turn, a little bit at a time. And so if we can view others as they are becoming, but not just others, ourself, yourself, that you are becoming, that you are turning just a quarter of a turn, ever so slightly and ever so often, but you're growing, you're learning, and you're becoming who you want to be in 10 years, 15 years. And if we can just view others in that same mentality, and they're just becoming, how can I help turn them maybe a little bit, a quarter of a turn, not much? Or better yet, do I need to turn a quarter of a turn to grow, to learn, to become? The third step, the progression here, as we're going to start attacking someone's character. We're going to have an increased lack of trust. The third step progression here is it will lead to this hopeless thinking. We're going to start having the mentality, and the words will come out of your mouth, "Oh, I just give up hope." There's just no hope for them. They're not going to do it right. They're not going to do it how I want it to be done. They're not going to be good enough. They're just, I'll give up. And you may be saying that in your marriage. You may be saying, but you know what? It's just hopeless. They're not going to change. They won't change. That goes back to this trust. That I don't trust that they're trying to work and get better. And so you start this hopeless thinking. And I want to challenge us, including myself, to remember that if we have this thought process, then that will go carry right over to that person, and they're going to start feeling hopeless as well, and they will give up. Why? Because you've given up. People can sense if you've given up on them. That's why I love working with teams, is because there's always going to be somebody in the team that's given up. And the people know who that person is. And so they start giving up on that person, or they don't interact with them as much, or they don't help out as much, they don't add value as much. And so I want us to get to a point to where we're believing that others have the best in their heart and their mind for us, and that they're becoming, they're just growing. And to give them some time, give them some space, give them some opportunities to grow and to shine. It may mean you have to move them around on your team a little bit, put them in a different position. It may mean you have to create a positions profile for them, not a job description, but just this profile that they know when they're hitting their goals and when they're doing well. They know they're doing a good job. And the final stage here that we will get to is blame. We're going to go all the way down, and then we're just going to start blaming everyone. We will start blaming everyone for where we are in life. You may be sitting here going, you know what, my business is just not where I want it to be. It's not doing as well as I want to do, and it's because of this person's fault, their fault. They didn't do this, they didn't do that, and that's why we're here. No. We can't blame the president, our mom, our dad, our grandparents for where we are in life. We have to take 100% responsibility. The buck stops here and say, you know what, it's my fault. Where I am is me. It's me. And it's what I call, and I've shared before, that the blame silo. We have to fill it up with 100% me. And so in your marriage, you may be saying, but you know what, it's just not going anywhere, it's not good, it's just not, I'm hopeless. Stop. And stop trying to blame your spouse and raise your hand and say, you know what? Okay, this relationship, marriage, it is where it is because of me. What do I need to do, change, grow, to make this better? What do I need to do? And in your business, owners, leaders, managers, stop blaming all your people and start saying, okay, what do I need to do to make this better? It might mean more training, longer training. It might mean simply more interaction, encouraging, writing thank you cards, saying, hey, thanks for being here. but just doing something that you yourself, you're doing. To say, what can I do to help this situation? Because when we get here to this blame stage, guys, we're done. This is not going to get us anywhere. This is why criticism does not work. And it's why, because we don't want to feel devalued. And if people are making us feel all of these things, that's devaluing them. And that's why, at the end of the day, I don't want us to be critical people. I want us to look at where we are, and it's a different perspective. We might have to change what we're doing or our thought process. But just change the perspective. And change the perspective on your spouse, on your co-workers, on your team. And just say, the buck stops with me. I'm going to take 100% responsibility. Guys, if you're watching this, you already have subscribed to these emails. But maybe someone has passed this along to you. And you don't know what this is. Hey, go to my Instagram account. It's coach_EJC. Go to my Instagram. Go to the link there. That will take you to where you can subscribe to these emails. But when you subscribe, you get my free daily performance planner. Something that I've been using for years. That I've modified and I've been working on. I'm still modifying it. But it's yours. It's free. Go get it. Just go to my Instagram account, coach_EJC. Go to the link, click on there, subscribe and get these emails, and you'll get my free daily performance planner. Also, you can go to my website, ericjchristian.com, for more information. Guys, until next time, I hope you have a great day, a great week, and a great month. And once again, I love you guys, and I can't say enough how much I appreciate you as well. Thanks.